never wished to D3 more than you were wishing at this moment. He was shivering terribly, crying, sobbing in your arms. Oh, how badly you wished to take away all his pain, but alas, you couldn't. You couldn't do anything except hold him in your arms and let him cry. 𝙤𝚃 holds onto you tightly as if you'll vanish in thin air. You both were still sitting in the closet on the floor. You patted his head and rubbed his back to soothe him, but nothing worked. You stared blankly at your reports, which clearly stated that you were on the 3rd stage of your 𝙰𝚃3 and 𝐶3R. The chances of your survival were fatal and low. You had no problem dying early, but what hurt you most is leaving 𝙤𝚃 behind. He does not deserve this. Losing his lover at this young age. You both were still in your early marriage days, still newly wedded. You had so many things to do, so many memories to make. You wanted time, more time, with him. You blinked away your tears as you heard 𝙤𝚃's phone ringing. He flinched as you held him tight. 𝚤𝚃, it's from your work. He didn't reply. You sighed as you hung up the phone and switched it off. The news was too much to take in for him and he needed time. You just sat there for a few hours doing nothing but holding him because he refused to let go of your hand. 𝙤𝚃, when did you find out? This was the very first thing you heard from him after he stopped crying a few hours earlier. His eyes looked dry and red. He tilted his head up from your arms as you stared at him. 𝙤𝚃, when did you find out? He repeated the question as you sighed. 𝚤𝚃, 3 months ago. I was not feeling well, so I went to the hospital and did some tests. You said as he caressed your hand. 𝙤𝚃, 3 months. You kept everything inside for 3 months. Why didn't you tell me? He asked in a calm voice. You inhaled a sharp breath as you replied to him. 𝚤𝚃, I was already on the 3rd stage when I found out. I didn't tell you because I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't want to see you like this. You motioned at him. 𝚤𝚃, it hurts a lot, 𝙤𝚃. I kept everything inside knowing very well that you'll be mad at me, but I thought before you find out I'll be gone and it will be easy for you to move on. You whispered the last part because not even in your dreams you could imagine him with someone else. 𝙤𝚃, 𝙤𝙆𝙆𝙆𝚃, I deserve to know. I have a right. I am your husband and you are my wife. You stayed silent. 𝚤𝚃, I'm sorry. You whispered as he sighed before pulling you in a tight hug. 𝙤𝚃, I won't let anything happen to you. Nothing will happen to you. You get me? He said in a stern voice. You just slowly nodded your head. 𝚤𝚃, come on. You need to fresh up. You mumbled as you moved your fingers through his hair. He held your hand as he stared in your eyes before speaking. 𝙤𝚃, we need to find the way. You have to live. You can't leave me just like that. I'm not done falling for you yet. Now you can't control yourself. Your tears cascaded down your face as you kept staring at him. 𝚤𝚃, we can't. There's no way. You mumbled as he shook his head. 𝙤𝚃, no. There must be a way. I know. People survive this, then can't you? He asked as you sighed. 𝚤𝚃, if I go to the treatment, it will be just like H3LL. I don't want you to see me die. 𝙰𝚂𝚃𝙸🁵 while laying on a hospital bed. I can't do that. I'm not strong enough. Instead, I'll let you watch me living my remaining days with you happily. It will be less painful. You mumbled as you bit on your lower lip. 𝙤𝚃 glared at you. Like really glared at you for the very first time since the day you've been in a relationship with him. 𝙤𝚃, you think I'll be happy after you leave me? You think I'll be fine? You think I'll just move on? He questioned as you slowly nodded before grabbing his hands. 𝚁𝚃, it's for the best. Maybe I had less time with you. Please understand. I can't. You shook your head. 𝙤𝚃, do you really want to leave me, 𝚁𝚃? 𝙤𝚃 asked in a monotonous voice as you gulped down your own 𝚁𝚃. Did you want to leave him? 𝙤𝚃, do you not love me enough to stay with me? He asked again and you couldn't help your tears. 𝚁𝚃, it hurts. It hurts a lot. I've never seen what love is because my home was loveless. My parents never got along. I was all alone. 𝚁𝚃, I thought love is absurd and cursed. It leaves you all broken and in pain, but you changed everything. You showed me the places I never knew existed. You showed me what love is. You were my love. Just mine. You stated. 𝚁𝚃, leaving you behind means leaving my own soul. I don't want to leave you, 𝙤𝚃. I don't. I wanna live with you. I want to grow old with you. 𝚁𝚃, I want to watch all the sunsets of my life with you until I'm old enough to. 𝚁3. I want to see the world with you. I want to see you playing with our kids. I don't want to leave you, but I can't see you in pain. He wiped your tears before planting a soft kiss on your forehead, and it was all it took for you to break down. You cried in his arms. 𝙤𝚃, we'll consult another doctor. You can't give up before even fighting. You have to fight for me. For us. Please. He whispered as you shook your head. 𝚁𝚃, no. Imagine me going through the treatment and still not coming back alive. If I have less days with you, then I'll spend every second with you instead of laying in a hospital hopelessly.